I got 2 shots in this party. Heard she like that Migo, and I know she like Bacardi. But that gon' make her evil, but you more fun when you tipsy. You like when you with me, she like
all right. And we are back. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Let's Really Talk About It podcast, the podcast where we're here to talk about what nobody's willing to talk about. All things controversial, mental health, progression, hustle, very big on hustle, and trying to get to the bag in any way that's mentally healthy. You feel me? We here to talk about it. And we got a very special episode for y'all. You feel me? First and foremost, welcome back, Alasia.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
Alasia was really talk on the last one for me. For those who saw episode 1, she's back. She's back again. And we got the boss man in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's your boy, Velo. That's right.
Talk to him. Tell him a little bit about yourself. And then your Instagram handle.
I got you. So follow me on the gram at the real Finlo, right? So, I'm also a man of many traits. I'm a businessman, entrepreneur. Also I do comedy as well. Right now I'm currently making skits. Trying to plan on going to YouTube. I also have a nonprofit organization where I do a lot of community work. Plan on getting a community center in Elmont, Long Island, right? And I plan on doing plenty more in the community and the world. It's a fact.
How is that like, you feel me? Because a lot of people our age don't do that. You feel me? They don't want to join the community. They feel like they either got to play ball and then come back to the hood and do something about it. Like, how is it at your age to impact the community the way you have?
It has been, I feel like it's been a calling, trying to do things for the community because, I've seen a lot of people lost their ways and has been misguided. And I've been misguided myself. And one thing, I also has been a mentor in a program called Men at Elmont. And that has been where we develop, a lot of young men to become guided within their life. And, being in that, I realized that everybody wants a voice, right? And, sometimes people don't have a voice. So given the ability to give kids a voice and an ability for them to understand that, I need to know something, I need to learn something, or I am important, or I am valuable, I realized that if I keep utilizing that trait, and important to something else, then great things will happen. That's why, I do 3-on-3 basketball tournaments. This is about to be my 3rd year doing that. I have 64 teams. We do a cash prize every year. The first year we did 1,000. Last year we did 2,000. This year it'll be 3,000. 3rd annual. I also did back to school giveaways with over 400 kids. I've done Thanksgiving dinners, community drives.
I would love to be a part of something like that. That's amazing. Fire. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where in Elmont?
So we done it at Elmont Memorial High School.
Okay.
I also did it the back to school drive. That was for the Thanksgiving dinner at Elmont Memorial High School. The back to school drive was shout out to Exit 13 Grooming Lounge, Barbershop Fab, Fabrice George. We did it in his barbershop in the venue.
Okay.
For the back to school drive, and we did a toy drive too as well.
So I don't want to, because I did ask you about, the community, because I wanted you just to elaborate on that, just for the people who don't know. A lot of people don't really know what it means to be involved in the community, but we were in the middle of the introduction, so I don't want to let the questions go by without introducing the one and only. Go ahead, Brianna, talk to them.
Ashe, it's your girl, Brianna Renee. What do I do? That's such a hard question because the way I am, I do everything that my heart tells me to do, but the chunk of it is, other than being a crackhead on the internet, I am the founder of Hottie Hustlers. It's basically it's a group for girls who are entrepreneurs.
Wow.
That's what's up.
And we basically prioritize entrepreneurship, sisterhood, and basically the fundamentals on being a woman in business, We do events, we do workshops, and it's just a vibe.
So, is the impact on that more for people who are aspiring to get into business or more people who are already established in business?
Aspiring and established. We accept anyone that is passionate. As long as you're very serious about what you're doing, then we want you here. And as long as you have your head on straight, you're not a weirdo, then
you could be.
Listen, have you on the.
I want to be a part of that too. Like, wow, like this is amazing.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all heard it first. If you're a weirdo, just check the box on the application. We're not taking those. We're really not taking those. For me, weirdos, please stay away.
Energy is important.
Energy is very important. That's what I like to hear. A lot of people who are impacting the community, content creators. Listen, this is a space for all content creators, and I love that everybody's doing their thing. I salute you, and I salute you. Y'all really doing y'all thing for real. And I'm glad to have y'all on. So, without further ado, let's jump into the topics, right?
I'm excited.
Now, I like how we're all content creators, so we're all able to say something when it comes to this topic. We're all able to give a perspective. We all know people who, like, you talk to them about what you're doing and they either got something negative to say or they're not doing anything themselves. So they try to hit you with like, oh, I would never do this, or, you know what I'm saying? They make it seem like, yo, why are you doing content? Like, yo, that's a mass saturated market, or, you know, you doing this. You know what I'm saying? Just people who are very reluctant to the world, to anything that's not the regular go to school, be a doctor, do whatever it is. You feel me? Those people, you know, we all know those types of people. So, like, why do you guys feel like people are reluctant on learning a new craft nowadays?
Wow. I believe that people do that because they truly don't believe in themselves. Like, they feel like they wouldn't be able to do it themselves. So why would you be able to do it? Like, a lot of people are stuck in the whole generational curse thing and they don't even realize it. Like, just because you want to go to school, and I'm not knocking anybody that wants to go to school, become a doctor, whatever you want to do, whatever is right for your path, do that. But if I want to do something different, that's me, you know, like, understand what it actually is. Like, understand why you're doing what you're doing and the inner parts of every word that you say and every move that you make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think people are scared to fail. A lot of times you have to have courage to put yourself out there and have courage to do the things that are not the norm. And it's interesting that you say oversaturated, because I think like those fields are oversaturated. Everybody wants to be a lawyer. Those are literally the most things that people want to go for, to aspire for in their life. So like being a lawyer, being a doctor, I know a ton of people that have went to be an RN or something like that. Like, I feel like that's saturated versus like content creation. It is saturated, but there's so many niches and so many different personalities. And even if you do have something that is pretty saturated, you bring your own personality to it. I got my own story. So me and her can literally do the same exact thing and reach different people. And even if we reach the same people, we have our own different personalities, so it could bring a different feel, you know? So I think people are scared to do it because they scared to fail. I think failing is scary, but I feel like to be in the content creation space, you don't be scared to fail. I'm ready to fail 75 times because it's going to get me closer to my purpose. And I feel like
That's a fact.
purpose is really important. That's why I really like what you said. And even what you said, like, content creation, once you get your mind out of the money and you get your heart into, I want to serve, the money's going to follow, but you really start to align yourself with your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing. And I learned it with myself when me doing content creation, because I've been paid by brands to do certain things that I don't love and I dread it. And I'm just like, dang, like, I don't really want to do this hair care line video, but I'm going to do it because they paying me $400 to do it. But if you really do what you love, you're going to love what you do. Like,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah.
You know, and one thing I would definitely say is it's definitely a system that has been programmed into us, you know, especially with our families, our moms, dads, uncles, you know, our guardians. You know, they've been programmed by a system. So now that we in this new generational thing that is so new and exposed, they're not exposed to that as more than we are exposed to it. So of course it's gonna be a gap between how, you know, the adults and how we young adults think. You know, it's gonna be a major gap, you know, especially within generations. So seeing this, we just have to prove to them, and not only prove to them, make them believe and understand, you know, this is what we do. But as what y'all was saying, we have to fail. You know, I was always a risk taker within a lot of things, you know, but especially with this, you know, it took me numerous times to be like, all right, let me take this serious, you know, and you have to have good people in your corner, you know. And this is one person that has definitely been my corner, Brianna. Like, she definitely helped me out a lot You
So
know,
I like to hear. I like to hear
you know,
that. You feel me?
so I
Big
one
ups to
thing-
you. Feel me? Big ups to you.
Vice
You feel me?
versa.
Okay.
and this is why we need to keep having strong people in our corners. You know, because you are who you are around. You know, so we just gotta stay focused, stay on the grind, and straight tunnel vision, and prove to people.
I like what all y'all said. You feel me? All you guys had great points. And I feel like what a lot of people fail to understand when it comes to, well, I'm going to dive into content and then, the reluctancy. Content is curated behind a person's personality. There is literally no way that there could be an oversaturated space with a personality. No one could be more you than you. So how can you oversaturate that? So when someone is coming up and they're being themselves and they're coming up in content, they're never going to need to worry about being oversaturated because they know who they are. No one can copy. When what you bring, no one else has. So people can try and mimic other people, but you can only get so far. And we've seen that tons of times. You've seen, people who are either comedians. They try and say things the same way somebody else say it, or do things the same way somebody else do it. Or you see people who do music. We have a lot of copycat content creators, and they literally get up by copying other people.
Yeah.
What's that guy named? The one who looked just like Lil Durk?
Oh yeah.
I know you're talking about
His lookalike, the little boy.
the lookalike.
Bro,
No comment.
you feel me? No comment. We got other people. Remember a couple of years ago, the guy who, there was 21 Savage, he was 22 Savage?
Yeah.
Like, it's so many copycat content
Copycats,
creators.
yeah.
But then again, think about it, like, where are they now?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You can
It's
only
a
go
loss of
so
identity.
far.
far.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can only go so far. And as far as the reluctancy, I really do feel like people are reluctant to learn a new craft because everybody's trying to just get rich quick. If you hear anything that got to do with hard work, motivation, you know what I'm saying, grit, grind, and having to be down before you get up, people looking at that like,
Anything more than 30, 60 days.
you know what I mean? They're looking at that like, oh, nah. But I bet you if I said, yo, join this cash circle, $24, you can get $300 out in the back end. Everybody's
Nah, word.
on
Everybody's
that.
on it.
Yo,
Yeah.
everybody's going to be on it. You feel me?
fact.
Or let somebody hit you with the, yo, you trying to be financially free? You feel me? They're going to be...
Stop, because I've been that person that be saying that. To
You,
people.
Nah, facts, me too.
I was in the Forex heavy.
facts.
I was in the Forex heavy, boy. I was in the Forex
Yo.
heavy. But it started something for me. It started something for me.
facts,
It helped me a lot.
but
it-
we're talking about like more of
treacherous.
like the people who are big on IML. Like just to get
Nah,
people in your group. Just
that
to,
was me.
But that's all I mean. Like if
I
it
was
was...
saying P6,
Probably tried to get
if
me
it's-
1,000.
Nah, what? The
Yo,
P6
P-
facts.
P8,000, feel me, going crazy. But like the people who are actually trading,
Yeah.
you see it's a whole different mindset for them.
People didn't understand
Yo.
the difference.
Yeah.
I
there
had
was
a
big
dream
difference.
last night. I made $1 million trading. I have to really start trading again.
Maybe it's a sign.
Yo, I'm telling you, that's what I was trying to tell him. I couldn't remember what I was trying to tell my man. Like, yo, we have to start trading again. Cause I'm not gonna lie, like I did make money trading. It's different ways to do it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend it, y'all. Okay, just take your time.
Not to everybody,
But I made like $2,000 in a week.
That's
Now
fire.
I lost like $7,000 in my whole. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck, but like
I lost
that.
a band in Forex, no cap.
I lost a band in a day, bro.
And yeah, mine was in a day, and I ain't never touched. I ain't never
touched
made
it
profit.
again, bro.
Yo,
I never made profit.
I lost like $50 one day. I never like started trading again until like years later, but I was still recruiting people. Yo, it was bad. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Nah,
I'm
my
gonna keep it a
fault.
buck.
It's just I really think about it like, yo, people be taking straight L's, and in the morning they get hit with a Grand Rising text on Telegram. On Telegram.
But one thing that I thought about when you was talking, like a lot of people have to understand as well, content creation is not just showing your face. Like y'all be seeing them things that be like, I don't know if y'all be on TikTok that much, but like when people be doing like the Reddit stuff and like it be behind there and they be doing like Minecraft and all that stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
But like people make a lot of money off of that.
They'll talk over like a video going on.
They don't even talk on it. They just use like an AI voice or like a voice thing and they type
yeah,
in the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
People be making a lot of money off that. And it's just mad different ways that you can make content and make money without, but you have to be like, not, like I said, like not scared to like go for it.
You never know who behind them. Like you never know who behind them
You never
channels.
know. You
Making
never, you literally
mad
never know.
bread, and
Yeah.
yo, people don't understand that, and you just gotta invest in yourself, and nobody want to do that.
And believe
Like
in
I said,
yourself.
everybody just want to get rich quick. And you want to know what I don't like? people are more inclined to go and be a rapper knowing they got no bars
Oh,
That's
I
a
got
fact.
bars, but I just don't
than
think I
to
should
go
be
ahead
a
and learn a craft. And what a lot of people don't know, and I'm pretty sure you know because you work in the community, there's a lot of resources that, you know, if certain crafts you can get away with learning without paying a dime. Like, I didn't even know that. The library, the public library, be teaching a lot of things to people. Like, they'll teach people how to do taxes
Sign language.
for free,
Yep.
all types of things
Yep.
at the
There's
library.
a lot of resources, man.
And people don't even know that the resources that are at your disposal. But instead, you know, people want to go ahead and, you know, spend $200,000 trying to, you know what I'm saying, go to school. And don't get me wrong, I'm still in school. I do believe in the school route, but it's just a lot of times school not for everybody. And we have a lot of people who, as they're going through that, it's they get out of it like, if only I had known when I started that it would have been a waste of time.
It's a fact.
But when you're learning something, that knowledge will never be a waste.
It will never be a waste.
That knowledge will never be a waste. But
That's just society for you, man. Society is about, you know, who has the most materialistic things, and
Right.
you know, it's never about what's here anymore. You know,
Yeah.
people can't even speak in a complete sentence anymore.
yeah,
You know, it's sad.
yo, welcome to Florida.
On phone now.
Nah, chill. If y'all listening, chill,
On phone
chill.
Gray.
But
Chill,
you know
chill.
what's crazy though? I almost fell into that trap. I'm not gonna lie. For
What?
years of my life, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. I was in law programs. I literally went to school for law. You know, my high school was focused on law. And it was because growing up, my aunts and uncles, everybody would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? A doctor, a lawyer, or a meteorologist? One day I said lawyer. I kept lying to them, lying until I believed my own lie. So now in school, I'm doing all of my stuff. I'm on the honor roll, everything like that. I ended up graduating early, and my parents expected me to go straight into school. But I took a gap year. Thank God I took that gap year, because during that gap year, I focused on soul searching and like really doing shadow work to find out like, what do I really want to do, you know? And it's like, I realized that I don't want to be a lawyer at all. So that's when I fell in love with like, you know, being me and doing content and all of that. And I ended up going to school for 1 year. I hated it. I literally did not care about any of my classes. I'm not going to lie. I didn't do anything. I would be sleeping. I did it online. That's how you know. And I fell out. I fell out of the whole generational curse of believing that I have to go to school to make it. And it's like, our parents, like you said, are not going to understand at first because they grew up in what they grew up in. But we have to be the ones to make our own story. And it's always going to be a heart thing. Like, follow what your heart really wants. Listen to what your inner voice is telling you and practice discernment, you know?
And that's why when a lot of people like would tell me like, yo, bro, school ain't for me, or, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to stop whatever the case is. When I look at them, I see a lot of inspiration, because just to see who people have become over such a decision that got a lot of scrutiny,
Yo,
it's crazy.
hard, man.
It's really crazy, because some people, like, you're not in school, right? I remember you told me you wasn't in school.
Nah, I don't. I've done schooling, like trade school, but it wasn't for me.
And when
But
I
after,
hear
I got
that,
a point for you. Go ahead.
when I hear that, and just to see how people are really able to get it without the way that, like, because when we're growing up in school, they set the sidewalk for us.
Yeah.
School, then they, like, I hated that word, real world. We in middle school, when you get to the real world, when
That's
real
a
world in
fact.
high school, the real world college, you get to college and you ain't even in the real world yet.
Yeah.
They over here talking about the real world, like, yo, I hated that, because it's a construct. It's a mental construct that's put in place to keep students as students, to keep them, and I hate to say it,
Slaves.
but to keep them paying the money. School is the
Escape
biggest
systematic
business.
slavery. That's what my brain's
Exactly.
about.
School is the biggest
Period.
business,
I like
because
that.
not only will it put you in a trap to keep on paying, but it will put your parents who are co-signing your loan to keep on paying. Because then when you can't pay it, that's why they always get the co-signer.
That's a fact.
And now
That's a fact.
somebody else got to
can't
pay
get
it.
rid of that
And
debt.
you can't get rid of it.
That's the only debt you can't get rid of.
One thing that I do want to say is that people that don't go to school, it doesn't mean you don't educate yourself.
Yes.
And I'm going to say this louder to the camera. Just because you're not going to school does not mean you stop educating yourself.
It's a fact.
That's what I do not like. Some people do not pick up books anymore. They think that it's okay to just say, now I know, because I haven't read a book in a good, like maybe 2-3 months. But like, I think that reading books is very important. I think that getting information from TikTok and all of that is cool, but you have to continue your education. A lot of people stop educating themselves after high school and think that that's enough.
What about ebooks? I'm sorry to cut you off. Ebooks is good.
Okay. The thing
I ain't gonna lie, opening a physical book, mad ghetto. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
it's not though.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
No, it's literally a form of meditation. If you have like anxiety, I used to have really bad anxiety. Sometimes I still have anxiety. Reading really helps you to center yourself because you have to slow down.
Yeah.
You have to slow down your brain and you have to read the words. Sometimes when I don't feel like reading, I would do like audios, but it's not the same. You get the information, but you're not really internalizing it. But I think that, and you don't want to just read anything, you know? Read things. You want to read books in regards to like your profession on what you want to do. Like it's good to read like content creation books, it's social. But I think personal development. How do you think? How does the human mind work? Why do I move this way? How can I communicate? A lot of people don't know how to effing communicate with people.
That's a fact.
We are so triggered.
That's a fact.
We are so irritable. And sometimes I just think, man, I just wish I can give you the 4 agreements so you can understand that's not even you. You mad at yourself and you mad at things that have went on in your past. And if you let it go, you would be such a better person. And I think that reading, people underestimate it so much, thinking that it's cliche. Because reading in school was boring. And some people didn't even know how to read in school. Some people was on the words, and that's okay. But I think that you should, it's okay, but I think that you should like take responsibility for educating yourself and not paying millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars for books that somebody should like needs to teach you. I think that it's a lot of things that we can teach ourselves and bring ourselves more power. And then it will give people the courage to do the things that they actually want to do and not just jump into things because the path was, you know, already for us.
Yeah.
Because I totally understand what you're saying. Like the 9 to 5 and going to school and getting a job, that's all our parents knew. That's it. There's literally no other option. Otherwise, you're just a bum and you don't have any money.
That's a fact.
And a lot of the times they're not even making the money like that for real. Some people is $40,000, $50,000 in debt and get out of college is only making $40,000, $50,000 a year. And most of that money is going to go to your living expenses. And then people want to do bachelor's, master's, 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees. You so education
Just for the paper.
and you broke. You don't got no money.
But you see what you said there is really important. There's power in what you just said. Because if that's all they knew, right, what you're accustomed to is what you're also going to scrutinize when someone does the opposite.
Yeah,
You feel
that's
me?
why we're so strong.
Think-
My
think-
content creators.
You feel me? Think about it, right? If everybody was wearing Jordans and they was wearing Nikes, they were all of this stuff, the one person who gonna pull up in some Skechers, what you gonna do? Flame them.
Flame them.
I'm
Look at
flaming
them
you, boy.
funny.
Come on now.
Everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
When people do things outside of the normal,
Yeah.
you will be the one that they scrutinize. But then again, you always see further down the line when that one person starts to become up, then the roles get reversed.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's funny how it's the same principle that's moved on through
Everything.
all of these types of situations.
Yeah.
Which is why for me, you know, I might not read books crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really be reading the physical books because holding a book kind of be crazy for me at my
I
big
want you to
age.
try it.
Sometimes,
I'm gonna give you a
feel me?
book, bro.
No, but ebooks. But you know where I do get my
He said not a
information.
book, ebook.
Yeah, ebooks. I got you for me. But you want to know where I get my information from, like especially when it comes to personal like growth, progression, and just how to be a better person. Yeah, it might scrutinize me, but the Bible.
Oh, for sure.
I
That's the
get
number
s-
one.
I learned so much from Scripture.
Amen.
And through Scripture, people forget, like, yo, the Bible is a really big book. Like,
Yeah.
if you think that there's a problem that you done faced and you won't find an answer in that really big book, and mind you, you don't got to read the whole book. You just search on Google, how do I find the answer to this? Or I'm going through mental health. What's a good verse or what's a good book for this? And you read that, and mind you, these scriptures are not just scriptures that, you know, are just to, you know, give you like good news. These are stories
Yeah.
that put you in the mindset of another person who lived, who went through that particular event, how they got out of it and how they became blessed towards the end.
Towards the end.
Figured
You feel me? It's like having a mentor who not even alive.
That word.
You feel me? Like
It's the word.
It's the word, and that's where I got most of my knowledge from. And a lot of people, they be like, yo, like, you know, you're very knowledgeable, yo, you understand people and things of that nature. I'm like, yo, listen, all glory be to God because I got it from the word.
Amen. Amen.
Being in church, seeing all different types of personalities, how to handle personalities, how to understand, just like what you said, when you see somebody acting out, that's not really them. You feel me? Because a lot of times people don't even understand this. The flesh pushes you to be as worldly as possible. So it's very easy to be angered. It's very easy to be disgruntled. It's very easy to be a hater. That's easy. But how easy it is to be a nice person, you got to go against your flesh.
Yeah, you're against your flesh.
And people, you know,
It's a fact.
they don't realize that. But
Now, speaking on that, no, I think that is a very, don't even change what you about to say. Because that's really important. Because God is real. Like, God is so powerful, you know? So I just want to say, like, yo, but with God, you put God first in anything that you do, no matter what you're going through, He will do it. He will do it. For sure.
Been chasing dreams, my money, things I do for my family, and on I can't go without my blessings, 'cause blessings